Wait a minute. Okay. I am now watching Odyssey myself. So if anybody's writing, write to me now. I'll see it here. I'd also like to know if you can link up to my StreamYard, copy and paste, and see if you can see this link. What would happen if I open? It says go to home page. Whoop, there's nothing here. Okay. I guess the link doesn't work. Okay. 3 currently watching, but nobody ever says anything. Sometimes it says 7, but there's, if you look back, nobody says a word. So what's the premises here? You are attempting to define a data structure, tile, or this isn't really live. Later. So sorry, I stream another site, the Odyssey. This is live. And this was Atez. Why is it Atez? Take a look. The @ sign right over here. A commercial. They call it a commercial A. So I have to use it in a couple of contexts and see where the word is going to take me. That's what I do. Sometimes I come out here, never sure what to say, where to start. Sometimes I feel like there's this something inside of me that just wants to say something, and it's going so fast I can't say anything at all, and I'm just completely lost. First, where do I create all of this from? You know, it's just like so crazy. I have to do basic, the really basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is 0? Can 0 be like a lasso that when you throw it, if you catch something, then that'll be 0, 1, and that'll be your lasso. Like at the end of the rope is the rope, and that's what you get hung by. And then that spiraling, how you create that triple hook to create that noose that tightens, locks in for life. Noose. Moose is a quarter. The M and the noose, the M and the N, we use the same letters. So I try to find between noose and moose, if they are spelled the same way other than the M and the N. The M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. Reverse half alphabet would be 1, 1 and 13. Adding up 1 to 13 equals to 91. The deck of cards has 4 suits, 2 black, 2 red, equaling to 91. But the red suit is 2 times what any other suit is, because when you turn it upside down, you can count them the same way. They're continuous when you hold a diamond card up. The reflection in the deck of cards, 2 numbers. The queen is the 8, the king is the 7, and the jack is the 6 card. Not because I'm telling you it is, I'm telling you what I found. I find things that others have done, and I just bring it to light, and then I compare them. Just like if I said, my George Washington bridge, I just continue the continuation of what has been vibrated inside of me, telling me how to create my equations through the wave of life, the dance that I have gone through. Whether I've learned it and believed what I learned, even if I came up with the same answer as them, that might not be the story. Because for me, 3, 5, and 7 prime are not prime at all. In fact, they're the first part of creation. 3, 5, 7, 9 is the first part of creation. and then it's 11, and then it is 15. I'm just trying to go down the scale, and I can prove it mathematically because I don't use one-sided math. I don't create a window. Okay, I create the half space divided by the 45-degree angle in a window because Moses and Jesus and Noah, they all had something in common. They were all builders. And it's ironic. I have to remember why I said they were builders. They were builders. They had to measure. The African king comes in showing jewels, or Iberian king comes in and shows jewels as Moses is building the cities. I mean, 4 cities. And then Moses was pharaohing the land. I mean, for Pharaoh and cities. They're just telling you a story. The king, the African king with the colors, LGBT, because we have a unisexual moon. There's only one moon, 2 sexes. Which way did the triangle go? Which angle did you come in from? If you came in from this angle, and I'm looking at the calculator, you would be coming in through angle through 7, 22. If you came in through this angle, you'd be coming in through 91, the spirit, AI. One is a grave, and one's a g, A-I-G-U, and one is G-R-A-V-E, the avenue, the GR avenue, the gear. Where do I get this information from? I'd have to hold it up again to actually remember. Yes, because 91 or 19, the letter S, is also made up of AI. It is 13 by 7, and it fits right into the deck of cards because 13 by 7 equals to 91. And when you add up 1 all the way to 13, it equals to 91 per suit. 4 suits equals to a total of 364. 13 moons, 28 days, 364. A male has a bar mitzvah. The word man equals to 28. To become a man, you must be 13. 13 by 13 equals to 169. And if you were creating art with it, it would be 1 dot. It would be 1 dot in the center of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'd be 1 dot, and then you'd have how can I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm also going to jump these 2, because if I put 1 here, this automatically closes the door, and I don't want to close the door. So I'm going to put my first dot over here, 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 and here. And I'm not going to get to that story yet. 1, 2, start over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Did I do that right? Skip 2, skip 2. Get the corners. Okay. Got to go slower. I have to slow down. It takes time. I don't want to rush myself. And I'm probably going to forget about what I first started with. 3, 5, 7. CLUNEW GPY. GPY. Okay. 555 333 777. In the alphabet, the 21st letter, 2 and 1 is 3. The 12th letter, 1 and 2 is 3. The 3rd letter. But it becomes the 3rd letter, 03. Anything connected with a 0 or an O is the 15th letter. Anything connected with 15 is connected with Mars Electric Company. 7587. That is the Passage Electric Company. The total equals to 162.0. The diameter of the moon is 2160. 2160, 216. The cube and the time runs through the moon. 6 and 3. Number to the moon, 57. Moon. 3 by 19, 2 by 19 equals to 38, equals to 30. Let me see. No, hold on a second. I wrote 3. So many things connected together. I started to spread my wings. I'm going to come back. This is equal to 57. 57. And this is equal to 39. To one side, it's 57. To the other side, it's 39. To a single digit Pythagorean count. But this is a special number. 19, 18, and 17 are not like the other numbers. Let me finish with the board. I'll get back to this in a minute. Maybe no. Okay, I'm not gonna skip this. This equals to 38, and this equals to 29. Now, I only can tell you my interpretation and understanding of basics. It's going to take more than just me and more accommodating situations in order to really understand this. I'm only bringing you a skeleton of a skeleton with a little bit more form, a little bit more color. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9, 29. This number can be created by 66. We'll create 29. 6 by 6, 36. 6 by 6, 12 equals to 48. 4 by 8, 32. 4 plus 8, 12 equals to 44. 4 times 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 8. Here's your pH and your phi. Okay, equals to 24. 2 times 4 equals to 8. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. 6 plus 8 equals to 14. 14. 1 times 4 equals to 4. 1 plus 4 equals to 5 times 4 equals to 20. 5 plus 4 equals to 9. And you have number 29. And that is your rotation of that cycle starting from the gateway 66. That gateway 66 is right coming up. And there's more than one way to do this. It's right here. You see the 6 here? It's these 2 squares right over here. That is your 66. Here is your passage of the 7th gate. So I have a question. Here is your 6, and here is your 9, and here's a little doorway right over here into this area space between the top of the pyramid and the 2 deckers on each side. Now there's dimension in here. You can see this piece here. It splits open like a V. I don't know how it goes. It looks like 2 bulls to me. Okay, somebody might say, well, this is all bull to me. Just looking at this pillar, how this might work. Movement by the oceans underneath, twisting and turning the positions of everything on this planet for all the gateways to move in. For those who only believe science is creating science fiction, fact and fiction. How would you know if a fiction was not a fact? Just because no one knows doesn't mean it's fiction. We'd have to have a new definition for fiction, because you can't imagine that if we only go back a few hundred years, did I understand correctly, 10% or less knew how to read and write? And what if those 10% were all basically of the same few families that knew each other, that associate with each other? Must be impossible. I don't know any industry, what they call international industries that are Like McDonald's is all over the world. You don't think the guy at the top or the woman at the top doesn't have any connection to where they buy their meat from or where they buy their fries from? Like there's no connections anywhere? Of course there is. So we have to imagine larger, that we live inside in the eye. We live inside the eye. Movement of structures in the ocean that whatever contorts whatever we are, whatever it is. But it doesn't matter. This is not what I'm doing right now. Let me have a sip of my tea for a minute. Seth Black, TH, Time Heaven, CK. I want to understand it. So, like in Black, you also have tack, tick, you have talk, you have lock, you have sock, you have block, anything that's with CK in it, especially at the end, only because there's a major in this, and the major in this is tick tock. So now we'd have to find two letters that just go together with CK. There really isn't any. So what did they do? They made a fabric, they made a shirt, and they called it CK. There you go. Now we've got CK together. Okay, that's what they do. Okay, K creates C, bringing two worlds together. That's what the C is in math. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. Should I make a multiple before an addition or an addition before a multiple? If I make an addition, I'm going to create a window. And I'm always assuming, you see, if you look at 4 windows, how can anybody just live like that? But I'm assuming the windows go like this and then move out in those windows. It only makes sense. There's dimension and dimension. Words tell us, I mean, for me, words sort of tell me which is going to be the guide word. I don't know how to say it, you know, but they said it with Santa, you know. Santa was guiding this. Who was guiding the sleigh? Santa was on the sleigh in a 1-horse open sleigh. 1 horse? What? 1 horse? Santa was a horse. He was a big guy, you know. Big guy, that Santa was something like a horse. So I just want to show you what I finished over here of where the 116, where is 1 and 168 divisions of 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1. I'm going to show you what this is. This is how somehow our week works in basic. Here's what it is. Oh, sick ball, 3 dice. Yeah, we're 10 and 11. Isn't it funny? You go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And actually, this equals to 21. But either you're going to get 20, you'll never get 21. 21 can never happen. Can never happen. It can be 1 and 14 equals to 15. 2 and 14 equals to 16. 3 and 14 equals to 17. 4 and 14 equals to 18. 5 and 14 equals to 19. And 6 and 14 equals to 20. Now, when I bring this about, it brings me back to an equation that I was working on prior to this. Yes, the equation is here. And this equation, what happens is I moved A up into the 6th position. So I shouldn't have done it this way. A should not be over here. I have to reconstruct this page and put A in this position over here, calling this position 6. Do you follow what I'm saying? A, B, C, D, E, F. A should be starting in the F position. By mistake, I went back and put A6 back at the 1st position. Now I want to do both equations. Or maybe I can just keep putting A in different positions, but it can never be more than 6 because the cube can never be more than 6 because the cube can only be 4 and 1. 4 around, 1 on top, 1 upside down. The reason for this equation. When the 6 is up, We have 14 around. 2, 6, 11, and 3, 14. Then we have 6 and 1 upside down. I only work on the reality. If my equations or my calculations are wrong, please let me know. This is all to be discussed. It can't be only what I do. We are talking, and I hope I don't lose myself. I usually do. We are vibrating. We are vibrating the key right now. With every moment that you smile, with every moment that you're sad, the system, whatever it is, sends off a vibration, and it reconstructs everything that's going on in the entire planet with every human being. No matter whether we like it, whether they can connect, but it only connects to some and not to all, because everybody has their own intricate part in creation. So just knowing you start to know that there is more, that is the beginning of knowing more, and knowing you don't know it all, so all must be a lot more. You never want 10. 10 will never show up. 7 at the gateway is good enough. If you get too close to the gateway, your vision is small. So you stay at 7, and your vision is, what is your vision? Or you stay at 6 or 1, whatever it is, 6 or whatever it is. So you have the proper vision, because, anyways. So let me show you the end of this. Okay, now let me finish with this one, then I'll get to that one. This is your 1 in the center. There's 168 There are 168 areas total around this one. 168 plus 1. 13 by 13. I won't tell you that this is also going to equate to 77 and 38 at the top, which is the gold club. C3, L12, U21, 333. B02, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 38. Gold, 38, 38. 2 times 19, 38, which the 38 will invert to 2 times, which will bring in birth, which will bring in a sun and a sun. DNA. The N is what brings in the sun from the spirit into the house. Mars, Mercury, and Mars. That's why they call it data, right? That's why they call it data. Hey, data, how you doing, data and mama? So what is this over here? This is the Monopoly board. This Monopoly board has 4 and 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 4. So if you count, okay, 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1, what does it say? DNA. And everything to the 1. But according to this, right? According to this design of 9, the implication, because there is 1 to the center, you will have now 8 surrounding 1, telling me this is my 33. You know, they talk about Jesus 33. If you mention Christmas, which is 7733, which is a complementary of what you believe to be your added number, in which it's really number 11, and it's part of your creation. And your cubes over here, Y11, because 7 plus 3 equals to 10. 7 plus 3 equals to 10. Prime numbers used in their individuality to come together to create more. The prime number of 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, equals to 1, equals to 2, 2 plus 1, equals to 3. I need my window before I need my multiplication. So I end at 3 in this scenario. I can end at this one and bring the 2 together. Here is my window. My multiplication is how I divide my window. Do you notice I only can divide on a 45-degree angle? I only know this because of Noah, because of Moses, because of Jesus. Apparently, they were all builders, and they knew what to do. The crazy thing is today, I'm not sure about the past history, is when we're cutting a lot of our stuff, we're going like, this would be like an 8x4 plywood or a 2x4, and we're always going by certain numbers. Did they do this back in history? I don't know. This is going to tell me another story. So this 45-degree angle, I have to find words that go with number 45 or 4 and 5. And to note where I mentioned number 14 again is what Na is to create DNA. And when you count, I don't want to get into this part, okay? So the other word for this is sun. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. 9 times 6 equals 54, the numeric value for the sun. The 24th letter in X, the 15th letter is O, and the 6th letter is F. 2 and 4, 6, 1 and 5, 6, 6. Fox, where everybody goes hugs and kisses, is actually 666, and a total of Fox 45. Just to note, on a cube, the reverse of 6 is 8. By the way, that's Mars. On the piano, you'll see next to the second key, B and F, there's no black keys. I don't want to lose myself. Too many tentacles. 39 is the angel. 30 is your creation in Mars. Becomes that 666 passing zone. So that would be sun. The sun numeric value in base value is 1, 3, and 5. Now remember, I'm all over the place now. I see too many things. I'm going to stop for a second and come back to it to explain more. The sun, the S in a Pythagorean count, which means counting to a single digit or counting a word, okay? Every letter to a single digit and counting the word to the whole digit without reducing it. I get that information to use that code from Scrabble. All professional games, I get codes from. If they can do it, why can't I add it to the words that we use? I don't have to be playing Scrabble. Why can't I just do it right here? That's what I'm actually doing. I'm playing Scrabble with myself. Hey, I'm having fun. I'm always having fun. And I have more fun when I get to share because I think it's pertinent. So let me see this. Can you count the corners? The corners on a cube? Well, it depends. If you want to count it every time a number is up, okay, you're going to have 24 corners. 4 corners for 1, 4 corners for 2, 4 corners for 3. If you want to count colors per corners, well, you're going to say you have 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 by 6. You have 72 colored corners because in Rubik's Cube, every corner has a side color that's connected. So they're connected at 3. So every corner might be actually counted as 3 sides connected. But that's up to you. I have a bunch of doodles on paper in front of me, like you, very cool. Wow, what is that cube? Which cube? Oh, what I just designed now, it's not a cube. It's you know what? I'm going to get something to drink in the fridge, something else. And you know what? I call on Pierre Papadou to help me with my leg. It hurts very bad. My ass hurts very bad. It's been like 10 weeks, and I'm waiting for those med beds to come out. Some imaginary bed that somehow people believe it's real, and it is real because I seen it on TV. And I believe everything I see, and I only believe it's real because... Has anybody seen in the old movies the way they used to run the reel? Hey, we're running the reel. Back in a minute. Oh, you know what? Oh my God. You know what? I am definitely, before I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to get some water in the other room, and I am going to have a coffee. I'm having a coffee. And I'm working on a couple of designs right now. One of them is not mine. I know I'm hard to follow. You know, I'm hard to follow. One of the pieces is brilliant. A friend of mine who has no idea of her talent, no idea. What I can see and hear, depending whether you want to think that I have any idea what I'm talking about. I mean, I see so much going on in every single section. The shark, here's the open hole, this little guy with his pointed nose looking into that hole, the mouth, the eye. Here looks like a fire pit. Here is an eye here, an eye here, a nose here. Where's that guy studying again? Oh, over here. He looks like he or she or whatever, orange eyes, leaning over, his butt showing, long nose, looking out into the future. Sonic healing. I can't believe it. I have to praise the lady downstairs because I think I drop something at least twice a day, if not 3 times. I really praise her. I'm sending her that she should have the best of everything if she acts righteous. Righteous is a word. I'm sort of like on a little break now, so just let me eat this. I need to recompose. The information was coming in, man. Oh my God. Woo! So here, yeah, I'm gonna get this out here. I don't know if I still have this. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna share with you this. Let's see if they let me do it. Let's see if they'll let me share this. No, so they wouldn't let me share everything. So, oh my God. Okay, right. Okay, yes, here. 315. Electric company, waterworks, 315 total. The alphabet is 351. The sun, number 13 and number 5. The orange ball, stripe and solid. The 13, number 13, the 13th letter is the letter M, matter. Mars, 7751. E, energy, 74. Jesus, 74. Time, 4774. 121, 11 times 11. The alphabet total, 351. Not ironic that the vowels total of 51. There is one black vowel. It is the letter O. All the rest are red. They total 45, like the number in the sun, like the number to NA. 1 through 14 equals to 105. The hand of God, 10-5. In the word I, it's J and E, and that's how it began, J and E. And in French, it says I. Total of 15. 15 will create 11. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 will equal 6 and 5, 11, in which will make creation. Number 1551 is for Mars. 77 matter, 74 energy. 77 matter, 74 energy, 77 Christ, 74 Jesus. Mars and Earth, 77 and 74, 151. In Mars with Mars, 1111. Why? Because the mathematics of 1, 5, do that math, is 11. And then 5, 1, do that math, and it's 11. And it's 11, 2 dots, 11. The 2 dots represent separation as above and below. 151. These dice cubes, this calculator, the ATM, your telephone, one face. But when you have your telephone, why use it if there's no one to call and there's no other faces? So you automatically have 2 faces unless you have a party line. A party line. So you make a phone call and you have the face of the phone, and then you can have the party line, or we can bring in the operator. So you saw your face, they saw their face, it came in. What did the operator do? But regardless of that, we're going to call it the party line, and we can say facing faces, 2 sides. We're only going to use 9. I'll explain to you the 0, dot, and equal sign a little bit. It also has to be chatted about because I'm not the final word. So the total here is 9. So if there were 2 of them, there are 18. There are 18. I have 2 cubes here. If I show you these 2 faces, although you only see 1 dot, when these cubes go to the computer to get made, each of these sides are empty. Every one of these sides are empty. They set the computer to where to put the dots, and they choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. One of 9 spaces is what they will choose. So they choose, and let me do the simple one. Seven. If there are 2 faces, here, I'm going to put it down on the paper. If there are 2 faces, and a face is 9, face equals to 9, and there are 2 times 9. Remember that number 29 from before, right? 92, 29. 92 is yellow. 29 is black. So we have a total of 18. 5 and 2 equals to 7. 18 minus 7 equals to 11. So 2 opposing faces will equal to 7 and 11, or 7 times 11 equals to 77, if you can just use matter. You know, when you say matter, the word in French for earth is, I think it's written like this, is terre. Now, this for me is enough of an abbreviation inside this word to bring my attention to M-A, terre. This is going to be noted as 1/3. In French, when you talk about matter, you say the word matière. This ending for an English guy, okay, tells me about 1/3. So when I bring to you the stories, I bring it to you in a lot of it in broken languages between French and English, maybe a little bit of Spanish. If I hear a word somewhere else, I'll use it as reference, and everything has to be discussed. So your entire cube, okay, this entire cube has 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 5 and 4, 6 and 3. This is the entire cube. Note that when it ends, there is no 1 and there is no 2. Everything is inside of this number valued over here, which is all inside this number valued over here. 7 and 8, company. 7 and 8, October. 7 and 8, 1 through 12 equals to 78. The creation of 7 and 8, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 8 equals to 7. How can we create 17? By number 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, which equals to 10 equals to 0, 7 equals to a total of 17. Or you can use 9 times 9 equals to 81. 9 plus 9 equals to 18 plus 81. I can't go there, but if I stop on the addition of 18, 1 times 8 equals to 8. 1 plus 8 equals to 9. 9 plus 8 equals to 17. And they call this a natural. And the word is high 52 when you're building bricks. Imagine these are bricks. Whoop. So if these were bricks and you're building bricks, I would have the letter I stretch out between the brick over here. Or you can turn it this way and call it the H. Unless you want to look at it a little bit different, we can look at this one over here. Here is the 2, and in between on the other side, connecting the rest of the brick, is the 5. So I call it high 52. And it creates a television set. And it's the year we're in right now. So in this situation, I connect 8, 9. So I've connected 7 and 10, in which inside the gateway is 8 and 9. How do I get from here to here? A plus B equals to C plus D equals to 7. Or A plus B plus C plus D equals to 10. Why it's done that way, I do not know. What does it do? How does it twist? What went on? Did they stop the continuation? What did they do? What did they do? They mirrored it. And that's why they added 4. So when they do this, what happens is this becomes your 60 or your 60 seconds. And then when you add on the Mars, it becomes 40, which is the two of them should create equals to what is 100. The colors are orange base, which is the 60, and it's blue 40. Those are just two base color numbers together that just seem to fit. 6 and 4, Mars and Saturn. And at the same time, 1 plus 0 is what's going to create, again, what you're 17. So it comes out in the alphabet at the beginning. And the extension of this in letters of A, B, C, and D as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just give me a second. I'm trying to see what I'm looking for. Yes, okay. It is like this. It is first, and it is second, and it is third, and it is fourth. It is gold. It is silver. It is bronze. It is runner-up. Just trying to think of the other scenarios that fit like this. Now we have to know that I'm not going to get into this next piece, but do note that this is what they call 1. Remember, the position that it's in is dictated by the calculator, is dictated by your keyboard, is dictated by the ATM. In fact, the ATM took Q17 and 26Z and removed it from 7 as PQRS equals to 70, and WXYZ is equal to 98. They removed it, and the values, and the values reduced. to 53 and 72, 89. Now, when they reduce it, they create the numeric value for the DC house. Who runs the spirit? It's the DC house. It's hot and it's red. Here, 1 plus 7 equals to 8. 2 plus 6 equals to 8. They are at the 7th gate. Pegasus, purple. It's hard to explain that 2 and 6 lives inside what is 1 and 7. The spirit going through passing. I don't know how that works. Where do I get this? 20, 8, and 15, 43. And the red house is number 27. 5 times 3, 15. 5 plus 3 is 8, equaling to 23. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 plus 2 is 9, equaling to 23. They come together, and the beginning of pi begins with 1, 4 and 1, 5. The birth in the heavens, in the sun of the heavens of Mars, or Mars in the heavens of the sun. That's what this says. So they remove this, they put it on the ATM, and then it does that. The multiplication of 64 and 16 will create what is your 08 heaven, or 15 and 8. Stripe ball, 15 and 8, 15 and 8, 23. The letters are ho, the letters are ho, the letters are ho, ho, ho. 3 times 23 equals rotation in the sun, 54, 6 and 9. So just one little design, maybe design the 9. Perhaps I can create the 6 underneath. What looks like the 6, what looks like the 9 coming together, creating the 8, and it's showing you that diagonal. Diagonal. So I'm not really sure what the interpretation is. If I want to use this as the mirrored planet of AI, through the gateway of Mars and the sun, through AL. You see, the AL is like AI, but it's AI, because how can I explain this? Or is it AAA that creates I? Because it takes AA, okay, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, okay, equals to 2, equals to 1, equals to 3. Okay, so that is your base creation. So your base creation is what is 3. And you always went to number 9. So we go to number 9, although we know 9 is the first number that's a stripe, and that's a total of 12, and the letter is L. So we base this inside creation. So instead of it being what is AI is inside what is a 9 birth, and that is the natural birth in the heavens, who we are. So it becomes AL, just like in the program Reboot, okay, they called it Al's Diner, when it was really all about AI and how I don't know, computers, that computer center. Pi is 3.14159265, and we're 29, and we're total 6, and we're total 5. But because of creation is in 3s until the mirror on the 4th one, okay, where it starts to rotate, they give us the leap year, would be multiply all this by 3. So you end up with 333, 6, 9, 6, 9, 6. 333 is our rotation of 147, 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, 1 month of that February, where we have the 4 seasons, best of 4. You have a 7-game series, 4 wins, you have a 1-game series. I'm not going to talk about the field goal or the touchdown for 6 points or the extra point. The EP could be the record. The touchdown would be 4 through 10. Hold on, let me think of that. Is it 4 through 10 or 4 through 10, 20? That's a thing to do with location. Also has to do with when it all begins. Because if it was first or it was second in blackjack, Okay, they would say stand, but you're going to stand on your 17. And then it's 3R for third, and then 4 is the TH. But 4 is a long line of THs because 4 runs all the way to 20th before we get our next ST again at the 21st. So when we write this out, I look at it as standard death, because once we reach the D, we are now in the E world. It is AA that begins everything to get us into the E world. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to what is 2 and 1 equals to 3. 2 times 1 equals to 2, and we're bang center after 2 stars are created to get to number 5. And since 12 is the BATS, MIT, M is for 3 worlds, the IT world, Zmitzvah, life, Raha, or whatever you want to call it, or Raja. Reason, 1 dot, letter A. 8 void, letter H. Since there's 8 void, we know we have the heaven. We're going to go 18. 2 numbers come together, Ra. Now, the letter I. Because 8 and 1 equals to 9, we got Rahi. So we got, it's a natural born in this planet. So we got that. So the TH family runs from 1 4th to 20th. When you add up 1, 2, 3, it equals to 6. When you add up 4 all the way to 20, that will equal to 114. And I think that's the pig's pregnancy, the number of days of 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. I'm going to just say 90, 21, 3 weeks, 3 and 3. So that would be 3, 4, 2. Yeah, that's what it is. Creation in DC. This is a number that will create 3. If I use it this way, it's the house of DC. The word house, the word planet, the word cat, 5, 9, E, I, 5 and 9. The E world lives in the birth. The E world lives in the birth. Here is what is 3, 2 to what is 4, 5. So it could be the sun and the fox pass, whatever that is, the sun and the fox pass. How do I know this? Because it's going to create 77. So now we have to look at our alternative math that comes in with this through the gateway of electric company, 3 and 5. In the game of craps, they're always going yo 11, and they always have the bets of EC. Can never figure it out. Although it's 11 craps, this is the situation. My 11 comes from this, and my craps come from this, because it takes 11 to create this, and it takes 1 and 2 to create this, and that's a crap out. So you crap out in the E world. It can be looked at 2 ways if you want. This can also be 6 and 5, 11, as it can be just 2 singular dots, right? Because it took 1 and 1. Which way do you want to look at this? I'm not sure, so I'm just thinking about it. This total, when you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. So I want to see something. If I made a mistake somewhere, this is wrong. This is wrong. It's 204. So what I just did is completely wrong. And half of that is 102, and half of that is 51. So right away, Mars comes out again and talks again for the same numeric value, Mars. So that means 1, 2, 3 is what brings in the birth. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all it is. 1 is replaced. 1 is replaced inside of 3. It becomes 2, 3, 4, which is our vibration between what is 1 and 5. And again, back to the numeric value for Mars, which when I look at the single dot, I always think that Mars would be the 4 pillars on the outside, and the single dot would be Mercury. So Mercury in Mars, right over here. Mercury and Mars, bringing, but if I couple it up with this, Mercury and Mars will bring me into Venus, Earth creation, 2 and 3. Okay, hold on a second. Just Okay, I'm going to just stop here for a second. I want to read what's on the board. My eyes are burning. I want to try and finish this, try and finish that, get back to that little Monopoly game I didn't finish, get back to the dice piece I didn't finish, get back to the gold and silver I didn't finish, get back to the alphabet reconstruction I didn't finish. Okay, let me just read this. Louisiana, Canada, are you still there? Okay. Dog multiple. Yes, 3 dogs. I don't know if that's what you meant, but 3 dogs. Yes. 3 times dog equals to 78. And 3 times dog equals to 18 raw and 6. So that'll be F and R. Okay. Plus 3 and 26 is 29. So that is your birth in the sun right away. It's also an 8 count. 6 plus 2 equals to 8. So I'm just trying to look at something. 3 times 6, 3 times 3 to 78 and 29. 17 and 107. Oh my God. So I'm going to have to show you what I just did in case you're interested. I read something 3 times dog. Dog is number value 26. 3 by 26 is 78. 3 plus 26 equals to 29. 9 and 8 equals to 17. 7 and 1. 1 plus 7 plus 2. 1, 2, 7, which is 3 times 4, 3 plus 4, by the way. Okay, I know exactly where this comes from. This is the holder of the SS, the spirit, the club card. So 9 and 8 is 17. 1 plus 7, 107. It's created by 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 to create 10 and 7. And that is your direct reversal of the cube, or its hearts. It also creates in French, also 1 and 7 is the gateway. It's also for the word 20. And there's a few more 107s. I'm trying to create a program. I'd like to find a programmer to help me. I know what I want to do. I want to create a program so I can put all my equations with the alphabet and numbers and everything that I know, and just punch in what you want to know, and it'll just give you an answer. It'll match things up. Anyways, forget about that. 9 and 8, 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 9 and 8. It creates the high heavens. Again, the high heavens. Not the heavens, the high heavens. Recreation. So now I'm going into the kitchen for a little snacky. I'm just going to read, let me see this one here. Okay. Now, if you put by and you write 12, I would say 6 and 6. If you're looking at 1 and 2, or you're looking at 12, well, it's an easier way to say, hey, let's use both of them. Instead of saying, is he wearing a hat, smoking a cigar, and has a mustache? You just say 1 and 2. Oh, you mean 12? Did I hear it? Did I see it? Do I hear it? Do I see it? I see a 1 and 2. Somebody says 1, 2, 1, 2 out, but they'll always call 12. They won't say it like in backgammon. It's a little bit different, because in backgammon, if we're playing backgammon, it's 2 separate dice. If you see a 1 and a 2, it's a 1 and a 2. If you see a 6 and a 6, it's a 12. But what if it's written down and the 1 is a little separated from the 2? You won't know if it's a 12 or a 1 and a 2. So 1 and 2 is 3, and 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. Same eWorld response. Now, I'm going to get something, and I want to remember to show you the 333, where I was with 333. Just want to see where I wrote it down. Okay. Divide and multiply 1, 4, and 7 by 3. Oh, I need a minute. I just need a minute, and I'm gonna pick something on the floor. Give me a minute. This is gonna be a minute. A minute. Let's see a 2-minute break. Whoa. Again. Okay, I'm like really, I don't know, sort of hungry, and I'm just gonna take out 2 eggs and. Oh, you know what? I'll have an apple. You don't mind? Give me 5 minutes to have, like 2 minutes to have an apple, right? Just give me a minute. Multiplication is a separation of an area. Now, of a single cell or 4 doorways. Multiplication can stand on its own. Addition cannot stand on its own. It usually runs on a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to show you why. Because it has nothing to do with me. But I have to go to the bathroom. Got apple in my teeth. Want to take a little bit of the tea. I hope I don't forget why. And I'm going to show you the rest of these designs and everything that comes together. I'm hopefully one day, and I don't like to say this, it's going to happen. I never thought I was going to get to this point 17 years later. So you know what? Just give me a minute. I'm just put something up here that I like. The vortex. me a minute. Okay. Yeah, so what do you think? Wow, it looks dark out. Okay, so just before we go back, I'm just going to show you this real quick for those who haven't ever seen it. You can read it easily. It's a self-ego frequency. But when you use 6 of 9 numbers instead of all 9 numbers, this is what happens. Now, can we use these numbers? These are linear numbers on your phone. They are not linear on the dial. So if they're not linear on the dial, let's see if we can create something together. And I've never tried this before, so let's see if it works. I'm going to get back to 333 and the addition, multiply, add, and so I'm going to so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1, no, blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like 9. I'm just trying to see how I can do this. 7, 8, 9. So if this was the esophago thing, right? This will be 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. That's what this would look like. So this would be connected from here to here to here to here. Let me see if I can do this. We would actually here to here to here to here. And then if I wanted to connect the 9, all right, hold on a second. So if I wanted to connect the 9, I would go from here to here to here to here. And that now I would go ahead and bring back this design, and it would be this one over here. But the real numbers that I used, okay, was 147. Okay, 147 over, let's say I went with 9, 147 with 369 is what created that. And then the math that goes with this. This is what runs our cycle, this one over here. They do it in baseball. They do it in pitching. You have 4 balls. You have 3 strikes. I don't want to count the S's inside of it, right? STR, your star. This is your star. They use ST together as set. This is a word meaning east, meaning set. East, set. It also represents the cube, this cube over here. the 1/6 cube. The reason it says east, I just use it this way, is because the sound of the letter S, if somebody just hears S and then T, they can say est in French, it's east. They use it together as in first an abbreviation. Sometimes they want it to be together, or maybe the spirit of time. I don't know. 8, 138, 848. Son. And then this is through the moon heavens, 13 and 8, 21. I don't want to do any of that further math because I'm not fluent with that. So I can create this dial thing that I just showed you through this. So I'm going to take that off. Let me see this comment. Confirms Elvis. This confirms Elvis. Continue explain it to me. I'm gonna have to know, but just to know that Elvis is like Sylvie. Sylvie is like the silver spirit. Elvis spirit. Oh, the Taurus. A Taurus. And I have to look at this a little bit more. 757 means you're at the point of the gateway, male, female. You're directing the moon of life, Ra, into the light. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about here, but I can interpret because of the 757 coming together. The 7 and 2 is the beta gate to the 7 and 6 has to do. I should, yeah, I have that up here, right here. You see, 86 is the house, the one spirit, right? You see Ra to begin with, then 1 and 6, then 1 and 7, then we have Mars. Here's Q, the gateway, and then we have it again. So the gateway through 66 right here, the EI world. The EI world, because when it gets inverted from the 9th letter I into the 32.5 BCE, under the ground in the rat system, because we all know 42 is what? What's that? 31, 13? That's 13? No, that's 53. Doesn't matter, just dice it out. The opposite is 22. And you dice them again, and the opposite is 43. And you dice them again, and the opposite is 54. And you do it again, and the opposite is 42. And you dice them again, the opposite is 33, and the opposite is 13. Zion, Israel. XX. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 equals 24. The 24th letter, reverse C, equals to 10. 10 is the letter J, but in Roman numerals, 10 is X. J is your Q reverse. QC is in Quebec. This is where DC is right now. This is what they want to stop. Whatever is going on in these numbers, they want to stop this. 6 and 1 will be the reverse cube. 2 times 4, 1 times 0 will create 0, 8, the heavens. So it's just, why do I say this? Because I have a base form. H connects 2 4s. These 4 corners, those are my 4s. That's what it connects. That's what you get, a 0 around 1. The outside, the void. It is the 8th void of 1. A 0 can also be a representation. When you want to go to 0, A, B, C, D equals to 10. So it's 1 around all can be representing what 8 is. And if you're counting the center of anything and you're taking measurements, all I need is 4 corners. I don't need 9. I only need 4. The 5 is the void of life inside the E world. The computer is bigger than life. The total of these two is 34, and that is DC 1. The numeric value for 1 is DC. You know, everybody used to watch Neo Anderson. Anderson, A-N-D, Anderson, right? Which this is a French word for our red sun DNA. Nothing to do with me, right? Let me go and check out one of my channels here on YouTube. So 1 watching, 1 like, that's pretty cool. Okay, HP is another. What HP, 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 HP. Okay, 8 and 16. Okay, HP, very important. HP, 8 and 16, 44, the division between night and day. This is my division between night and day. Pluto is one majority player. Jesus in the courts where people were buying and selling, and now we have to marry. Marry, marijuana, 420, the fourth corner, the fourth period, the overtime, marijuana, 420 equals to 80. 80 is the heavens created by what is 66. We used to drive Route 66. This is just a continuous story of everything that's ever happened in my life, how I associate things. Although the reverse of 8 on 2 cubes is 6, Highway 66 used to be the old route going, if I remember, in west. And they changed it when they put up Highway I-80. Maybe I should look that up for reference. Let me look that up for reference. Did Highway 80 replace Route 66? Yeah, so it's basically the same thing because Route 66, I mean, if you take a look at it, right? I don't have the, I'm not on, let me see. Yeah, so if you look at Route 66 here, right? I'm hoping this is 66 because it shows it, right? So I'm going to assume. So Highway 80 basically does the same route. The Highway 80 goes all the way. So they weren't lying. So in order to create 80, and each 8 is a 6, mathematically, if it's 66, then it would be 88. So this would be 16, this would be 12, and here is your new pass, number 37, the roulette wheel with the single 0. One spirit in the sun to the cycle of creation, A, B, C, D. To the half-life, 55 is the half-life, between 3 and 4. It's the smallest on this dice that comes together, 3 and 4. The widest is 1 and 6. And it's ironic that the word 1 totals 34 and the word 6 totals 52. Also rabbit. And the total equal 86, which is the house planet reverse, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. But regardless to that, it's the separation of the 7th gate, 8 inverted to 6. So if that's what's inverted, then we will have 1 and 5, 6, which is slash 6 and 2, 8, to 2 and 4, 6, slash to what is 5 and 3, electric company, 8, to what is 3 and 3, 6, to what is 4 and 4, which is the division between night and day. Inside of here, you have 6 and 12, 3, 4, and 5. Inside of here, you have 15 and 9. Now, I forget what, there's an equation for both of these. I don't remember where I saw them. I know this is OI. This is the IO coming together. So whatever word you have with IO, it's because of this. Now, the explanation of this for me is because you cannot be on your head and your ass at the same time. 1 will go over to 5, and then all we need is 2 will go over to 6. Our void will be 4 and 3, which is DC, and our void will be 8 and 9, the high DC. 8 and 4 to 3 and 9, Pluto and Saturn, numeric value. Also, if you want to take a look, the 5184 is 1728. This is Giza numbers. Reduce it to this prime, where inside what is 1 and 8 is 2 and 7. That's the B gates in Giza. Begaced, I don't know. So let me fix my camera here. Yeah, I'm hungry. Love to stay here all night. I need a little participation, encouragement. So what I did, let me see this. Let me see this. Yeah, so what happens is the word electric. Let me see if I got this. Electric company, okay? Electric word is equal to 75. Electric. Did I write that properly? Let me see if I wrote that properly. Electric. Okay, I'm going to copy the word, go back here, and redo this word, paste. Yes, okay, I got it right. I'm just going to show you on the board. Do I have the board full with, where are we? Okay, let me see. Okay. So here's what it is. Here's the electric company waterworks. Total is 315. Okay, you find it in Monopoly. You roll one dice if you land on it, or two dice. Here's electric, right? Electric is 75. That's DC Moon because 75%, right? This is 75. It also can be reduced to, and you have to look at one thing, is EE, creation of E. C comes from K, C comes from K. I'm just trying to dissect everything. This and this and this and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters come from K. The only ones that don't primarily come from K are these, but wrong, because 3 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2 equals to 9. Okay. 9 and 9 is 18. I'm just trying to find. So anyways, electric company is where the gateway's at. Inside a pan, maybe we should remove the Y, right? We add on the Y inside the word 80. We don't add on the TY. I like to use the word pan separately. I like to dissect this word a little bit more. I'm not sure of the reverse of this word. .com, .company, pan. You know, when you pan out, I'm just thinking water, earth. K comes together. I'm just thinking of it. When I look at these two, it reminds me of moon. When I look at the W, remember, it's a number 23. It's another way to create. You see, number 23, number 15, and number 23 are common because what happens over here is the word 7 equals 65. The word 3 equals to 56. 7 and 3 is that 22 conversion over here, crisscrossing, not 91. And the question is, if they're crisscrossing, one would be like this, the other one would be like that. That's why one of them goes +4, +4, +2, +2, because it's a straight line. I don't have to go up and around. Whatever's in the center. So let me finish this. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. The total, okay, is 11, 11. The word 7 equals 65, so I did that. And the word 11 equals 63. And what's ironic is that 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 equals to 49 and equals to 14, equaling to 63. So it's just ironic the way how they match up. I'm going to mention, I think I'm going to go back and look at a few things. Yes, I was talking about 2 and 6 and 1 and 5. I didn't want to run away from this. And the reason for that is because I need to reach all 6 sides. And either I'm going to have this here, okay, with 1, I'm going to have 2 up. This is the basic of everything, okay? This is the minimum, and the minimum is 2 up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So this is going to be total of, sorry. 1, 2, no, 1, 3, 4, 6, which equals to 14. But if you multiply it, it equals to 72. And then you'll have, did I get this right? There's something wrong missing here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. I'm not using this one. And then we're going to have the 1 up, where we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to equal to 120. And did I get that right? 5, 10, 14. 134 total. Trying to understand what they're telling me here. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. I multiplied and added these. 72 can be that some sort of rotation, 24, 24, 24, 3 days, 1,440 minutes. 14 is that DNA, the ring that's matched all around you, because around this cube, right, is always going to be 14, except there's a difference on the cube, is that these two areas are always empty, except, okay, when the 6 is this way. But when the 6 is this way, they're a field. It's 3 out of 4. Here is when you have a separation between the heavens. Here is when you are the I birth, the 9-month birth, holding on to the two sides, split and entrapped between the two sides, between the pillars in the half-life, showing me it right here in the center. So the total of these two and 134 equals to 206. I don't really know what that is. I mean, I have I know it's F and T coming together, but I'm going to finish with something, is that when 2 shows up, the 7th gate shows up. Whoop. I'm not sure what just happened. When 1 shows up, the 8 heaven shows up. And the reason for that is because of the calculator shows 9 areas. So we have to have 8 missing and 7 missing. So here's your 8 and 7. 8 times 7, your beginning of your void is 56, and 15 equals to your 7 and 1 creation of the gateway. 7 come 11. This will turn into that. I mean, I don't want to get into that part. So this is what happens. Now, it's funny that on the piano, this one over here, there's no black keys next to it. And this one over here, I'm just trying to, yes, it includes one of the keys that has no black keys, but it doesn't include the other one. Inside of here, it includes the 5. Inside of here, it includes the 2. So the 2's included inside of this one, and the 5's included inside of this one. I can't put the 1 inside here because it'll be on this side. I can't put the 6 inside here because it'll be on this side. So I only can do it this way. 3 and 11 come together and pull through Earth's heart. And there's also, this is our passage. It's an angle. It's an angle. In French, they do it like this. They do it like this. And they sometimes do that. We live in the house of DC. The word planet. Did I do this yet? The word planet house. Planet house. Planet is 68, and so is house. You create it by 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. They show up on the dice cube as 6 and 2 and 51 for Mars. So when you get 62, your reverse is 51. So isn't it too ironic that the 2 numbers I just worked with, where is it? 1 and 5 is to what is the reverse 2 and 6? Do you think it just happens that way? Like I made it up? I'm telling you why the 1 is not there, and I'm going to tell you why the 6 is not here. Because one has to face down. ST, remember, for set. Signal testing system. Signal test. ST, test system. Okay, so we have waterworks, we have electric company, I did this scenario here, that here in the void, 1, 2 are not in the void. So isn't that ironic? 1, 2 are not in the void because 1, 2 comes into creation right over here. That's where it comes into creation. And it extends to create, what is this? This becomes a mirror of this number. AC creates DC. The separation of 1 in this cube, just 1, 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. Here it's 0.5, here it's 1.5, here it's 2.5. So in this cube over here, where it's 0.5, okay, in this cube over here, where it's just 0.5, 0.5, right, 0.5, remember the 0 is going to count for Mars. The 1 is going to count for the Mercury spirit. The 2 is going to count for Venus. Now, why am I counting it for Mars? Because Mars is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. And it's the connection of the 4 windows. Now, the thing about the connection of the 4 windows, right? I don't have to do it that way. I can do it this way. Because the only way to get the addition sign, okay, to this cube is to hold it this way. And there's your addition sign. So by holding it this way, my cube now must come this way. And this is where my addition sign is. Because it's a singular cut, Mars gets a singular cut. If it was Earth, it would be cut this way. But there's no, can I create the outside design from this? Not in this scenario. I'm not going to mix you up right now. It was supposed to be the singular artwork creating. That's Mars. Can I create Earth inside of it? Earth would come down this way. Earth is going to be 2. Mars is going to be 1. If I can do it, if this says something, let's take a deeper look. But this is the basis of it. Why? Because planet Earth is number 52 and planet Mars is number 51. And I take everything at base value. So we created this. So in the 2 position, in the 5 position, and in the 8 position, but it's in an in-between position because it's no longer, you see, this is in the same position, but not this. So now when you go to the deck of cards, you know, and you take a look at the deck of cards, how come things are offset? And for me, like the 2's not offset, neither is the 1, but the 6, okay, can entrap both these 2. But you notice there's nothing in the center. You notice that they're linear and there are 3 that come together, but 3 never come together. Here's your 10. Are they separated a little bit more? Is your 10 like your 9, right? Your 8 is like your 6. So if the 8 is like the 6, we don't need the 6. I don't see any 3 in there, but I don't need the ace because it's in the 9. So I can use the 2. I won't use the 3. And I got the 4, but I don't need the 4 because the 4 is in the 8. So I don't need the 4. Here's the 5. Here's the 5, but I don't need the 5. I don't need the 5 because the 5 is in the 9. So I don't need the 5. I don't need the 10. I mean, that 7. Oh, that's inside 8. And I think we did it. There we go. No more cards. These are the only 3 cards. 9 and 8. Now, 9 and 8 is a reflection of the 2 house. 9 is a reflection of all faces. 2, 9, and 8. 9 times 8, 72. 2 times 9, 18. 29 and 28. They match in roulette. They come together. 92, 82, the cycle of the moon. 9 times 8, 72. By 2, 144, equivalent. 12 by 12. 144 and 19 is 144, 154, 163, 613 laws of Moses, or ABC, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. Just a coincidence. But it doesn't matter because the field goal, the touchdown, and the extra point, they're all good. But when you come to Mars, where Mars came into the world this way, accent gu, accent grave in French, right? It crisscrossed over each other, igniting what is Mars. Do you follow what this is? The extra point, it took 2 points. It's a crossover. Not sure if I got through that or if I made that had any meaning. Elijah's number 3 was electric. Hold on. Let me go back here. Olympus 10 uneven equals GE. Okay. Let me see this. Stacks and home minus base, F blue. Let me just, okay. Okay, I'm not getting everything. Flux, right? The town tower, if that's what you're talking about. Yes, CL comes together. CL, yes. I like to look at it as the painted sky. It's the E world in creation. And the reverse of the 11th letter is the 16th letter P, sweet 16. Everything plays inside. It's a half-life because when you're a builder, you're usually using 4x8s and your plywoods are more linear than they're never square. So it seems like things were changed. So we're going to have to look at the artwork from history and how things changed from them cutting, right? It's how hard it is to carry for a person, how much maybe an eagle's arm stretch could be the meaning for golf, a birdie, an eagle, or a bogey somewhere else in construction that we should remember this. I'm just trying to think. So this deck of cards that's left over, DNA equals to 19. The total of 144 is your 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is your 2, 1, 12, 21 creation, 33 of Christ, creation of the sun. 3 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3 is what creates 89, all represented inside what is Venus and Earth. Earth carrier, or the carrier of the ace sun, holder is Mercury, but it's being held, that ace sun, inside who we are as the 9 birth, as reflected that the ace, the 3, and the 5 are all inside the 9. That means without your life, the world doesn't exist. I'm not sure if you can see the angles of these cards. Do you see the angles? Do you just see this flat out? It's not flat out. Look at dimensional. Okay. This, okay, is going. Maybe I can do a designer one. Oh, and I got the camera going here, eh? Let me hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on a second. Show me some clubs. Show me the club in the deck of cards. Images. Let me see if I can get a club. Okay, here I got one. Copy, save, copy link. Let me see. I just want to see. I need to get a picture. Copy image. Go over to paint. Okay. Hold on. Paste. Whoa, too big. Resize. 40. Okay, copy. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to, no. Okay, this is what I want to do. Now, I'm not sure if I can do this. So first I'm going to take this and turn it white. I don't know if you can see me. I lost my camera again. Just give me a second. Okay, yeah, okay. So here it is. And let me see if I can do this. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I want to do. Now what I'm going to do is take that and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go, let me see. Yeah, that's perfect. Copy, paste. So I'm going to paste it here. Then I'm going to go paste. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to go
here. Now, I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to go here. So when you're looking at the deck of cards, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I see. See the way it goes on, and they're all connected. Now I'm not sure if I can get a line out of here. Oh, that's a white line. What if I got a black line? Yeah. What if I had a black line like that? And I'm just trying to figure out what if I had just a. So I'm just trying to see. Hold on a second. There's a little my light's in the way. I'm just trying to see if I can climb up. You know what I'm saying? From here, can I? I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking what you can do with the club. Anyways, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get back to the video. Um, Top Gun. I see that. Okay. I'm gonna check on Odyssey if anybody had a question. For some reason, Odyssey doesn't seem to come in. Let me take a look. Odyssey. Any comments, any questions? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Somebody said something tonight. Never seen anybody say anything before, but now we've got, let me just hold on a second. 722, Mickey Mouse, Under Heaven, not bad, Doc. Moon Math, absolutely. Moon, the pig is Pregus. Okay, now with the pig is when you get back to games, I think they call the pig the aces. So that's 1 and 1. So when 1 and 1 is up, the gateway is down on its ass. Does that mean it's closed? Possibility, abbreviation. Human, it's 8 and 21. 8 and 21, the heavens, the cube, the E-world. This is what I understand. When you have the heavens, it means that the 9 birth is sleeping because the I is lying down sideways. So if you go to a brick house and take a look at the order of the bricks, you shall see that it is the standing I, and the H is separated, that you're walking in between the 2 bricks. 333 is a revelation to what 1, 4, and 7 is. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 7. 1, 4, and 7 in this order over here. 3 by 7, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 1 divided by 3, 0.333. Where is 0? Mars. Is it Mercury? Is it Mars? Is it the circle around the 1 dot saying 50? This is area 5. Or you want to call it 51 because it's the 1 dot in the 5 position. Call it Mars. Call it Mars sits on this ring, the only true 7, Mars. Call it a single dot for the only planet, Mercury, because it's a number 1, what position it plays. I'm starting to lose my vision. I don't want to wake up. So 4 divided by 3 equals 1.333. 7 divided by 3 equals 2.333. So you're talking 7, you're talking about the gateway, you're talking about Venus, 2 and 7. So you have the 7 void and the 2 dot. So are the dots talking about separation of Mars or Venus? Because Mars is a combination of a crisscross. I'm going to try and explain to you and show you. what happens is that here's a dot, and that dot can be done like that, and we can create a window. That dot, we also can create this with it. So I'm just trying to understand, right? With the X, I can only do it one way. Here's my X, and that's it. There is no other. It's a single, so I can do 4 of them in a single window. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 6, 10. Maybe we'll call it Windows 10. So what happens if I add on 5 and 6, the other two sides of the cube? Equals to 11. Windows 10, Windows 11. Windows numeric value 88 is where they converted 66 to create a new space in Mars. 4 and 1. So this are your 3 basic realities. In fact, this reality, the inside of it, is actually here. So this is your basic reality. This is a whole singular space. This is 4 times 0.5, and this is 1 times whatever a whole is. Can we call a whole 360 degrees? I don't know. I know in a day of 1440 minutes is 4 times 360 degrees. But we can break down each 360 degrees based on 6 hours times 4 equals to the 24 hours. So it would be 6 hours of 6 hours for 360 degrees to reach 1440. That would be how many? Hold on a second. 6 hours, 360 degrees. So it's 60 degrees per hour. What if it was based on 4 hours? So that would be, if it was based on 4 hours, every 360 degree, that would be 90. And our true effect of what is creation is marking over here. But what if we were on 3 hours? That would be 120. So if we were on 120, 120, 120, this would be the difference in our creation. And then we run the clock right over here in our life. 3, 4, 6. Why 6? Why? Because it's a half-life. It's a partial life. There's an in-between to it. Notice the way this looks linear, the way it comes in, it looks linear. There's still questions to be asked. So that's that relationship over here. Windows 10, Windows 11, 88 for Window, Pegasus, purple, because they have a relationship to 88, and becomes 64 and 16 equals to, although 80, the singular value is 17 for the Q gate in 8. Heavens connected into the, you see there's a 0 here. What if the 0 was here? Would there be a difference? In this position, it's a 1. In this position, it's a 2. Where do I get this? Binary code. Binary code tells me what to do. All the math, whatever's been created in this world that I know, any little bit, somebody shares with something with me, you just share it with me. Once I know. I just put everything together. So let me get back over here. So that's your 333, where the 147, 258, and 369. Number 2 times 3 is 6. Number 5 times 3 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Three times 1, 3 times 4, and 3 times 7. 3 times 2, 3 times 5, 3 times 8. 3 times 3, 3 times 6, 3 times 9 is the beta gates. It's the gateway. There's only 2 letters in this house. That is the sun. The reason is each letter has a reverse. All you have is R-I. Did I get that right? R-I, R. Hold on a second. I get I-R. I get R, reverse I, reverse R, reverse I. So that's what I get it. Re. 18 and 9, 27. The beta gates through the sun. That's what that's telling me. Now it can also be telling me about 77, so that'll tell me about matter. Also, the addition is 14 and 9, which equals to 23. So the 9th letter is I, the 14th letter is N, the 23rd letter is W. The second letter is a B, the 9th letter is an I. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7, okay, is a G. It says win big, and because it's number 27, it says win big, red sun. Win big, red sun. Because it starts with 2 numbers. I think I just mixed up 2 stories in that. Okay, we're going to get back to one final thing, and then this is going to be over for a little bit. 15, 25, 26, 30, 33, and 21. There are 33 voided areas and 21 dots equaling to 54. The numeric value for the sun, 54, carrying the letters I and R. Ra. We're going to get down to the last piece, which was right here, how we started. There are 168 hours in a week. There's 1 dot over here. Here's the area where the trains are. 616, 616, 6161, 616. The 31st area over here is go to jail. I like to carry it as the rotation in DC, and here's number in jail, and that is for IJJI 109, the spirit 109. How can I say it in jail? The 11th position, and that is that creation stepping into a new doorway of some sort. So, anyways, 1 is in the center. So there are these lost positions here to the trains. So there's 24 positions lost to the trains. Now there are 24 positions lost to the corners, plus the 1. So that becomes the 48 plus 1. The word 8, EIGHT, the word green, both equals to 49. 49 and 49 together, right, become 98 and 89. This becomes a total of 98. When you add them to a single digit, it becomes 89. That is the house of Ra. This is it's hard to explain everything the way I see it. I'm very, very tired. So total is 48 plus 1. So we have 168 plus 1 minus 48 equals to a total of 120. Now, I'm not really sure which way I should go. If I add up from 1 over to 15, it equals to 120. This is the game of pool where we have the 8 black ball. And when we take away the 1, I got 911, the 49th area. This is your base creation. This will also connect to the ring in the moon. The reason for this is anytime you have 1, 2, 0, all zeros equal 6, and you can always add on as many zeros as you want. So once you have 2, 1, 6 together, it's talking about something to do with the moon. Once you get to 1, 2, 6 coming together, the spirit in the doghouse. 2160 is the diameter of the moon. That's the reason I use it. 21 is for the cube, 26 is for the doghouse. The reverse is 51, entrapment inside Mars. Let's remove this area here. This area is a total of 9. That means it's 160 plus 9. Well, wait a second. The properties actually take up these areas over here. And because of the size of the board, right, the properties are 2 rows. Every corner adds up to 4 squares. Everything in between here, okay, so it becomes 16 squares and 72 squares equals to 88 positions to use up the properties in Monopoly for area space, with 8 and 1 in the center, leaving you with 80. 80 plus 88 equals passage of Route 66. Anyways, the alphabet, a lot of things to talk about. Very tired, hungry, tired. I'm going to get back to what is on Odyssey. 333. You vex the hex. Sufficiently nicely done, Radart. If you're still here, can you brush me up on that? Jack of diamonds, the numeric value for diamond is 60. With an S, it becomes 79, the gateway to the birth. So what that means is math was a big byproduct of creation. Absolutely, for me on my side. Talk about exploding numbers. The world of power of the word of all powerful created, and then diarrhea math equals science explains the Big Bang. Give me a Sharpie, I'll make that and 8. 6 and 8, the joke was lost in translation. I will make that 6 and 8. Okay, never mind. I meant 9. Flux capacitor. So much power in the tower. I don't know if I can get that. Mascot. So is this my hallucination or is it yours? I think it is respectfully to trust that we are sharing a delusion. It's okay, my camera lost me. Funhouse mirrors. You would need to fly and have an eagle mascot, but the oxygen fit under the eagle mask head. Well, they say Mars is war. I am a loss. What Venus is supposed to be. Well, Venus. Okay, Venus, think. It's a division of the sun, sun venue. It's a venue of choice. You chose to come here. And because you forgot, you didn't remember. What should we be doing? We should be dancing. But here, the word high, 89, highway, 23, 24, and 25. 49, highway is 49. Highway is 49. And it's created with 8 and 9, 17, and 32. So I have to break it down. I want to use the WA in highway as 23 and 1, showing me that the 23rd letter W plus 1 creates the X. And why? One of the reasons that I'm saying this is because the reverse of X is number 3. The reverse of W is number 4. There's a polarity. They become polarities with each other. So splitting them apart with W and then A coming together for 23 and 1 equaling to 24. And inside the math, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8, right away telling you it's dividing the gate. Thank you for that information. So now you have W and A in highway. You end up with 2 and 5. The letter Y is number 25. And we start off with high, and that's number 17Q, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 15 and 15 is 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 17 and 17, 34, the House of DC. So you said highway. So we have 24, 25, 23, 25, 1 connecting them together. And not only is that, but high and the Y both create both parts of 17, because not only does the 8th and the 9th letter added equal to 17, the mathematics of the Y creates the star 17. 5 times 2, 10, 5 plus 2, 7 creates a star. Now, because the high is 17 in 2 letters, okay, first of all, it'll talk for the sun. Y will talk for a gateway. We're talking about a singular letter. You want to use Y, a bogey, or a birdie. because one over, one under. All the ways to use one to understand the concept or the word, the depth of a truer, a different, a pathway, something different inside the word. So highway. Okay. Hardware. Yes. And we are the software. Yes. Yes. Hard, soft, H and S, 8 and 19. Very important, because the 19 is on the other side of the 18 numbers. High 18 is where it ended. You see, if I divide the alphabet or use a reverse alphabet is the sun. The first letter, the 26th letter, is 27. Cut that in the center is 13.5. Matter, energy, the sun, and the 13 ball is connected to the 5 ball, orange. Orange is created by red and yellow. So we're now connected to the 1 and the 9. The 1 and the 9 cannot never be together. 1 is inside a 9. It is the greatest distance of 7 in between. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, representing the 2 card. It just doesn't stop. We have to write this down and look at it together, not just me rambling off like this. INRI, yes, INRI, yes, INRI, because the letter, what happens is once the R is ignited, okay, your number 14, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4, 9, and your 4, 4 and your 5, 5 create what is your Y October, the 8th numeric for octo is in the 10th month, because what I believe is 2 5-point stars come together when they're outlined, join them together this way, where the points meet in the center. And then you take the other one, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you have your 2 points here, 1 here and 1 here. And where your heavens connect is I have to create a long line. I'm not allowed to stop like I am with this. I have to create a long line. Why? Because the in-between, let me see. Oh yeah, I could have stopped here. I could have stopped here. Yeah, I could have. I didn't see that line. I didn't see, is that separated by 2? So that's that little box in the center. I'm not really sure what else it should do. So this is what is my 8 and 2. So everybody knows that 28 days to the cycle of the moon. Blah, 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 the deck of cards. So what was I going to write down? Red, black, INRI, yes. Okay, INRI. So what happens is once you have the I or the R representing your cube, okay, the number 18, you have already passed 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes. You're in creation. 21 by 3 is 63. It's creation of the student. We need 4 cubes to create a mirror and create 84. 3 times 28 is 84. 3 times 16 equals to 48. We have to do everything. This is 31, 13, 13, 31, 11 times 11 times 11. Everything's a coincidence, equals 1331. The missing points and pieces is 7 by 7 by 7, okay, equals 343. Ironic about this is 1 times 3 equals to 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 4. It becomes the same thing, 3, 4, 4, 3. C, D, C. Always 3 and 4. Everything is 3 and 4. So when I get to this, what happens is once we have the 8 living, the 8 does not live. Sorry, the R does not live without the N. The 14th letter, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals to 5, equals to 4, equals to 9. R equals to 2 times 9 equals to 18. 99 equals to that number. And 13 equals to 99. Jupiter equals to 99. It's telling you area space, okay, at the B gates in time heaven, 27, 28, the combinations. This total word is 99, total word for Jupiter 99, and it is what creates 1881, which will eventually create your 89, if you want, 1717. This is part of the Mars story, this piece over here. So when you have 4 cubes or 84, right? You have 3 by 28 equals to the 84. So you have 3 moon cycles. So you have 3 moon cycles times 4, and then you have a 1/3 moon cycle because the year ends on the 13th moon. So it's male. Before the last moon, it's male. The 14th moon is what connects the next year. The 14th moon connects the next year. And what's ironic that in gematria, the M and the N are separated in that fashion. The M and the N, they're almost facing each other like bulls. So yes, one big red sun, Geo, like in George. We can go to George. Let's see, verse 1. Get your motor running. Get out on the highway looking for adventure in whatever comes our way. Yeah, daring to go and making it happen. Take the world, love, embrace fire. Guns N' Roses, like smoke and lightning. Smoke, 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 smoke. I'm just going to try and think. I was trying to get the lyrics right. Love, embrace. Inside embrace is ace, and inside B and R together is where the king and the queen show up. You can maybe say first it's the queen, then it's the king, because bear's known to hibernate. Orange is red and yellow. The 3 and 11 ball. It's ironic that when I say creation, the C comes from 11, 1 and 1, Fibonacci, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equaling to 3. In pool, the 3 is opposite of the 11, so they compensate with each other. The 5 and the 13, what talks about matter and energy, the color of the sun, where red and yellow come together, where yellow is the 2 extremities, where the ace plays inside the 9. So I'm assuming they set up multiple boards, leaving the 9 in the corner of the 4 boards, plus the amount of area space added. There's an empty area space when the 4 ships maybe come together. There's an area space that we call a different number because it's not part of this number. ABC is not part of this number. It's like a background to everything. Maybe ABC is the complete background to everything. And then everything is built on top of ABC. No, I believe that there's some sort of construct like magic that's coming in the future. I think it's a long time. It's still a long time off. We have. I mean, this is just based on my belief that there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of learning to understand what it means to dance in life. And I don't like that I have all these papers again all over the place. Here's your gematria gates. When I ask somebody, here's your gematria gates, I don't know which part we live in. And it coincides with the pool balls. But here's a question I asked to somebody, okay, about what's coming in the year 5781. It says 5281, but I don't count the first 500 years in this one. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't like to say what makes convenience. But anyways, they wrote sacrifice and slaughter. That's what they wrote. That's what I first learned years ago. Slain. And number 7 is slain. I say gate. They say slain. Seven and 13. That's all I did is connect the numbers. 7 and 13. First I went 1 and 6, 4 and 9. Now we have to do it the other way. Now I have to do it this way. You know what? Maybe I'm going to do it now. I'm going to take a 1-minute break, and there are 2 minutes to get something in the fridge. What is it? 5:30, 6:30. Jupiter Jesus, help us slap an abstract painting on a paint by numbers. an abstract painting on a paint by numbers. In fact, what we can do with a paint by numbers, and I'm trying to do this with is just multiply all the numbers and reconnect your numbers differently. I'm going to go look. Maybe I have a coloring book. We can do that, meaning that just connect 3, 6, and 9 if you want. Or 2, 4, 6, 8, just multiply it by 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 4, 7. 4 times 6, 6. 4 times 6 remains the same number. 4 times 6, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 4 times 8 becomes 5. So what happens? We have 8, 7, 6, 5 running in the Mars house. So let me turn this over. See, it's 3 times, 4 times, and 2 times. We don't need the 1 time. Where's the signal call? It's our vibration. The house of DC polarity is right here. This is a crisscross. It's a demi. It's either this way or it's this way. It's not both. This can be counting for the complete cube. This can be counting for the ring. This will count for the pole. And this we're going to count for the entire cube. Should we use 2 sides or 3 sides? Do you know why? Because the cube diagnostics are 6 sides. 4 for the ring, 2 for the pole. Go around, up and down. But when you have a pole, you have to have the top face and you have to have the bottom ass. So now ass will be number 2. Face will be number 1, and something to do with the toilet. You know, the ET. Toile is a sheet, is like a screen. The toile is like a screen. It's a fabric that you cover things with. So you can call it a screen. Maybe you call it the silver screen, right? So you're talking about the ET cover up. Anyways, I don't want to get into that part. Let's do this part. 3 times, we're just going to do the odd numbers. 3 times 1, 3 times 3, 3 times 3 times 1, 3 times 3, 3 times 5, 3 times 7, 3 times 9. 3 by 1, 3 by 3, 3 by 5 is 15. 3 by 7, 21. 3 by 9, 27. 3, 9, 1 and 5, 6. So we have 3, 9, 6, 2 and 1, 3, 2 and 7, 9. So this is the rotation of the first one. Now we're going to go 4 by 2 by 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. We want to use what happens in their own house. 8, 16, 24, 32. 8, 7, 6, and 5. We have to understand the context where the numbers fit. So if I use the backgammon dice, I'm going to need 2 cubes. And it's showing me it's on number 8. Now, oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, you're going to have to do that calculation and bring it back to me. If you're set 17 and bagpipes, your binary code. See, when you say set, the minute you say this, I'm going to multiply this by 3 because a set is a multiple of 3. A test is a single one, backwards multiplied by 3, or 71 to gateway. So here you're going to get 6, 12, 18, and 24, or 6, 3, 9, 6. So this is your answer here. This is your answer here. Now, when I did it by 3 with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, I got 3, 6, 6, 3, 9. And here, what did I get? Multiplying by this, I got, see, there's only 4 of them. This one is not here, right? There's only 4 of them. So the only 4 I'm going to use is these 4. These are inside numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8 are inside numbers. So that inside number, the only way for it to be created, well, not the only way, but one of the ways, has to be created in a TP. It has to be created that way because there I have to meet corners in order to join everything. So X marks the spot. Not sure what that means. Now, if I want, I can, you know, finish off whatever this is supposed to be, the balance of this formation, what it should be. I don't know. It's starting to look like an 8 more than anything else, and all the corners are cut off. But that's the obligation in that piece of connecting 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I did show you already that you can use any number by holding the dice this way. This shows me the plus sign. So the plus sign is showing me to have it angled on a diamond. That's where 1, 3, 7, and 9 are in positions of 2, 4, 6, and 8. And I don't know which one they are. They probably rotate. We're rotating everything around 5. And then these are all half positions. Let me see this right. This is, hold on a second. No, there's a mistake in here. Hold on a second. I'm thinking. There actually is only 4 areas in here. That's all there is. It's a 2, 4, 6, 8. It's a 2, 4, 6, 8 being overlapped by 1, 3, 7, and 9. So we're going to go 2 with 1, 2 with 3, 2 with 7, 2 and 9 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 4 and 1 is 5, 4 and 3 is 7, 4 and 7, 11, 1 and 1 is 2, 4 and 9 is 13 is 4. This is very interesting. My year of birth. Yeah, my year of birth, 5724 Hebrew time. I think that, yeah, my year of birth. Then we're going to use 6. 6 and 1 is 7. 6 and 3 is 9. 6 and 7 is 4. 6 and 9 is 6. And the last one is 8 and 1 is 9. 8 and 3 is 2. 8 and 7 is 6. And 8 and 9 is 8. 8, 14, 15, 16, 20. Just checking out. 8, 17, 21. 2, 9, 9 and 5. 14 and 9, 23. 9 and 5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. W, U, T, W, U, T. 2, 5, 3, 2. 2, 5, 3, 2. 20, 40, 60, 80. 84. 7, 12. So I'm just looking at this. 7 by 12 is 84. Okay, and I did this earlier, 7 and 12. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4. This is where our DC gateway comes in. This 84 is for Pluto, where that comes in. The cycle of the moon, the basic cycle of the moon is 84, and the basic year cycle is 84. And it's ironic that we come into the year 5783, but it's actually 5784 beginning, since 1938 to the year 2022, this coming October in the harvest moon. It'll be 84 years. Did I get that number right? 11 and 12. So this is the last cycle. We don't use the 2 end cycles. I don't use 0 to 12, and I don't use 85 to 96 silver matrix rotation. So it ends at 96. So between 12 and 96, we're using between 13 to 95. 9 and 5 equals to 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 and 13 again, split between M and N. It's ironic the way the way the numbers just keep coming up the same. Like everything that I've gone over, and I don't know which to show you. If you ask, I would have to probably look again. That the cycles and the words and the letters that come out, the DC that comes out, the 7 and the 12 coming out, which is actually part of this calculator. 7 and 3 is that 7 and 12. The other one is 1 and 9. In order to create 7 and 3, okay, it's 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 will give you 12. 1 and 2 is 3, and 4 and 3 is 7. The way to get number 19 is through number 13, because 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will be 3 and 4. And it's the 3 and 4 that create this. This is the half cross 22 to the full cross 44. 1 to 5 is 4, 5 to 9 is 4, 3 to 5 is 2, 5 to 7. So we're talking about teen and area space going through 1 and 9. We're talking about ape Mars 3 through 7. So we're talking about, again, that the gateway 1 and 1, 1 step in, 1 step out, is all coming through Mars. And in all the stories over history and time, through the planets, the deck of cards, designs, the dice cube. And I didn't create any of this, you know. Hockey going into the 4th period, baseball going into the extra innings, soccer being in 90 minutes, playing the extra time. Everything is because it's been there in creation. The Tootie Cat. Hey, Tootie Cat. Inside and outside this world, eh? Can we hear you talk? Can you give me a kiss? Okay. Let me see, set poker and this one here. You're all 3 shaky coming out of a Kobe bean to pin head. Shaky. When then the leap? I think the leap year is because of the moon interruption. I'm thinking of something. We have to go around number 5. One of these 2 numbers, the number 9, this one goes around number 5. And not that it goes around, but also in artwork and in games. Let me see if I can show this here. This one here, this one here is number 1, right? And then see this one over here. See this here? This is 1, 4, 7, and there's number 1 again. 4, 7, and then here's number 1 again. You notice the way it went from red to yellow to red? Because that's what number 1 does. So when 1 is traveling over to 9, perhaps I'm thinking, right? Remember, everything is running this way. So even if we're seeing lines going down this way, everything seems to be running this way. Cuts like a knife. That's right. So what happens is they have to go around the moon somehow, or through the moon, and it runs a cycle like a transmission. Things slow up. I'm trying to think of what I said because I don't always remember. Oh, yes, this is what I wanted to say. Take a look at this calculator. Okay, 365 days. 365. Pretty cool, right? Well, let's finish it off. 365, 47. The numeric value for time, 47. The numeric value for ape in a 2x2 square, Windows and Mars, take off 22. If I take it off, it equals to the numeric value on the cross, number 25. 3.6525, this square over here, 3.6525, which would leave these 5 numbers over here, these 4 and these 5. 14, 16. 16 and 29. 16 and 29. Okay, I can see something for myself, but it's just for myself, right? And you can do it any way you want. there's always combinations in here. So if you drag this like this, you would end up with 12589. There's 1.25 regular days, 5 and 1 Mars, 2 and 5 Earth over the gateway, high 8 and 9 in natural heavens in the birth, in the light of creation, 3, 6, and 9. Nothing is me, and it all has to be discussed. 2, 8, and 5, 2, 7, and 5. Okay. 2, 7, and 5. The meeting, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, it can be an expression where the meeting point of 27 is the halfway point, whereas 0.5. The only 0.5 that shows up on a dice cube is 3 and 4 in the house of DC, because the separation, okay, of 3 and 4 and the high polarity of 180 degrees of 3 and 4 in this cube is 0.5 separation. And it will actually be 3.4 both ways, in and out from the number. Because instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. We have to look at it with a different perception, just the other side of the dice. The other thing about that, in order to create 55, 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals 42 and 13. 42 and 13 equals to 55. And that's your 55 separation of the half-life, because the 16 is a representation of this half-life, or where the heavens come to creation, 3 and 6 in the house of Ra. The house of Ra. Ra. So when you're talking about 13.5, you're talking about matter and energy. When you're talking about 14.5, something to do, again, birth inside the sun, divided by 4. 4 by 7 is 28, and that is your energy. The other one becomes the alphabet. So you're talking about the house. I'm just trying to understand, because 7 and 8 come together one way, and then 7 and 8 come together through the same 17. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 will create the 2 of 7 and 8. In the deck of cards, the 8 has 2 moons, 2 center cards. The 7 only has 1. So there's only 1 represented with the 1 Earth moon, and 2 with the 2 Mars moons. 1 can also be representation of Mercury. 2 can be the representation of Venus. The 2 eyes of Venus, the nose of Mercury. 52 is 105, because if you double it, so we get 105. Which would be, again, we'd be matching up to Mars. Mars split in half. 26.25. 51 again, back to Mars. Okay, got lost on which one? On the 52, the 28, the 27. See, I'm still understanding. I'm trying to understand. There's still a lot of work to be done. But the dice cube, shows me, I'm going to mark this as 1 and this is 3. In order to join these two, I'm going to put number 2, the rib. A rib, number 2, will connect the next one. So it connects it here and it connects it here. So another way to look at this is, since it's 1 and 3, this would be my 1 and 3, and my 2 would be, hold on a second. Here's my 3 by 3 area. Here's my 3 area. Here's my connection. The reason I did that is because it's an even number, and that's an even number, and that's an odd number. 1, 3, and 5. I'm not sure if that concept would really work. I have no idea, but I just thought of it one time, and it creates that. Just creates that scenario. So anyways, so what would happen is this would be 8 and 1 and 1 and then 8. And then maybe that would be an explanation of this. 1 and 1, and let's say 1 and 1. Is there something else being built here? Yes, there is. And this is your way up. So this would be the number 1, the number 3, the number 5, the number 7. I'm not sure. Let me show you one more thing. Dancing, love, embrace. Absolutely. You know what? Let me see if I can find this one piece. Anyways, I don't know where it is. I got a whole lot of paper here. The word deacon. If you write dance, D-A-N-C-E, it's also look up the word deacon. It has to do with something to do with the constellations, dancing. I have this crazy book here. Remember, it says, remember, now, be here, now here, be now here, now be here. Okay, and it says desire. The first thing in my teacher's book, the first thing he ever wrote on his slate, because he was silent, was desire is a trap. Desirelessness is mosh, a liberation. Desire is the creator. Desire is the destroyer. Desire is the universe. And that applies to physical plane, the astral plane, the casual plane. Demons are all the creation of desire, all the manifestations of the Divine Mother and creations of desire. That's why Naga, the naked ascetic, worked on getting Ramarkrishna to go beyond his love for Kalai, giving up even the desire to be experiencing the bliss of it all, of being with the Divine Mother. I'm a little confused myself, but this is a great book. I haven't read it all. I understand a lot of it. If we can understand the word, we really want to know the meaning, the truth of life for all those who honor God, for all those millions and billions of people. Where is the standing up if you know there is a creator and what the truth of the wanting of the word? It's just redesigning this. This comes from the rotation of 713 from the Mayan, which comes from numbers 7 and 613, 4 and 3 7. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm not sure what I did. I just want to say goodnight to my cat. I'm going to go take a shower. Say goodnight. Kisses. If you have any questions with numbers, anything that comes from a Bible, we can hash together something. Peace in peace is ace, and ace is the sun. In P and E, I like to see it as a larger letter of 165, 561. Inside of it is the spirit in 11, in the spirit and creation of 1 and 1, stepping into the light. Peace.